Oh, hey, how are you? Don't mind me, I'm just getting ready. You know, I've got to go to the airport. Just give me 2 seconds. Good evening. I am Shannon Williams-Payton, and I am a 5th grade teacher and grade level chair at Rise Academy, where I have worked for the past 8 years. Go Rise! Beyond that, I am the daughter of my father, a Jamaican immigrant, who came to this country for a better life, and my mom, a veteran science teacher, still going strong after 30 years in the classroom, and she's somewhere over here. Hey, Mom. Her drive as an educator lit the fire that burns in me each and every day. I can still remember her driving me to school. I was born and raised in Queens, New York, so every day we made the trip from East Elmhurst on our way to Astoria, where my mother taught. Along the way, looking out the window, we would pass by LaGuardia Airport, and I would see the planes soar right through the sky. On the other hand, I would also see the path and entrance towards Rikers Island, New York City's main jail complex. I saw these 2 landmarks each and every day. One, representing a path of possibility and elevation, a journey full of options and opportunities. The other, a path of disappointment and lost opportunity. Both choices and paths are all too familiar in many of our inner cities, such as Newark, Camden, and in Queens, right where I'm from. But why does this matter? See, I'm here tonight to give you a teacher's view, a peek into the classroom, if you will. But along the way, I'm going to talk about restaurant servers, LaGuardia Airport, Rikers Island, luggage, and love. Along this path, I'll also share how all these things relate to the way we work together to provide our children endless possibilities in the face of everyday adversity. Come along with me, if you will. See, now let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to a restaurant and been served by someone who's just too, how can I say, fake, phony, and a bit too cheerful for the occasion at hand? Well, I never wanted to teach from that lens. I never liked it when I had a teacher who seemed inauthentic. And once I knew they were fake, I just couldn't learn from them anymore. I really couldn't. See, our children have a sixth sense, not the I see dead people kind of sixth sense. But see, they can detect educators who are real from the ones who are fake. And even worse, they can serve it right back to you. Okay? Authenticity is the key to moving students, not just academically, but socially and emotionally too. My teaching style is comprised of keeping things 100% real, 100% of the time. And anyone who knows me knows I don't pull any punches. But it isn't because I want to be a taskmaster. It's all about being intentional. I truly believe that by being 100% real, 100% of the time, along with real-world application, connections to really what matters in life, life lessons, coupled with unwavering love, as if the students were my very own, will go the distance and move students across the finish line and onto a fulfilling life. So how do we do this? By being warm and demanding. Let me tell you exactly what I mean. See, warm and demanding is about showing and telling students how much you love them, while showing them that constantly you are holding them accountable for their own progress because you want them to win. It's about constant back and forth, communicating with students and families, and it doesn't matter what time of day it is because we are exactly a team. It's about reminding students and families as to why it is so important, beyond the obvious reasons, that homework is completed at a very high level, and reminding them that all we do is for practice, for real life. You know, that one day that homework will turn into an assignment, and when that is assigned to you, it's with the expectation that it is done on time and to a high level. See, this reminds me of one of my students, Gerald Newsom, a student in my current advisory. You know? You remember this little guy from last year, in last year's Be the Change video. Look, take a look at him. He's a good-looking kid. Hey, Gerald. He would probably give me one of those famous, infamous looks if he knew that I was sharing all of this with all of you right now. However, as precocious as Gerald was in the beginning of this school year, he lacked strong attention to detail, and work ethic was just not there, not where it needed to be. He is charismatic, hilarious, highly intelligent, helpful, and a true gentleman and a scholar. He's going places. But as we all know, those aren't the only aspects that take you over the finish line. Gerald has all the tools to be successful, but he needed support in other areas, and that's where Mom, Dad, and I came in. So when homework check would begin, he would come up with a trillion reasons as to why his homework was not done. And might I add, he is very creative. We would talk, and I would write his homework percentage down. 0% completed, 17% completed, 25% completed, and simply put, not good enough. Our students are all good enough, but the expectations are high, and high for a reason, and they need to know that. After calls and texts home, Mom, Dad, and I took a new approach. See, this time, when I checked the homework and it wasn't where it needed to be, Gerald, I said Gerald, yes, Gerald, would call his parents at home and tell him that he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Oh yes, I was on my Olivia Pope scat from Scandal mode. We were gonna get there together. That's right, Gerald. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. See, for Gerald, he needed to know that his smile and charisma would not change the situation. It actually weakened his credibility when he wasn't handling his business. Everyone in Gerald's village, both at home and at school, were holding him accountable through texts, conversation, data, but most of all, love. See, now, ever since January, Gerald has not even skipped a beat. Homework is being consistently turned in, 0 assignments have been missed in all classes, and let me let you in on a little secret. He's gotten so good, his assignments are being turned in early. I said early. Let's go. Let's go, Gerald. Stories like Gerald and all the hundreds of students that I've taught over the past 10 years in Newark remind me of the possibilities for all of our children when we combine warm and demanding with love. You've probably seen, this suitcase right here, and wondering, what does that have to do with any of this? If you remember my story from earlier, I spoke about 2 destinations, LaGuardia Airport and Rikers Island. The 2 places I passed every morning as a child, looking out my mother's window. One destination is about possibility, and the other is about missed opportunities. We are filling our kids' suitcases with all the warm and demanding love, critical thinking, and pride that will help them board the flight to LaGuardia. We are also helping our students to ensure that their luggage does not morph into educational baggage that weighs them down and actually holds them back. We want our students to have the access and opportunity to board an on-time departure from LaGuardia and fly as high as they desire, because their luggage is filled with potential, filled with authenticity, filled with genius, and filled with love. Thank you.